This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Hello, I'm Mimi. I'm a digital artist and content creator, and I have a few questions that I want to explore and chat with you about today. 1. What earns me the most money in my creative business between art and content creation? 2. What do I spend most of my time actually working on? And 3. Am I still an artist if a big percentage of my income comes from content creation rather than selling art itself? Maybe you're also trying to navigate having a creative business online and have similar questions about what it means to be an artist professionally, so let's chat about it together. I'm interested in these questions because it feels like there's a bit of a misconception that to consider yourself a professional artist, you need to sell your art directly and only spend your time making art or selling art. That's a bit intimidating when you're a beginner if you feel like some members of the art community will judge you for not being a pure artist if you don't fit that traditional definition. But I think that's a bit of an old-fashioned definition of being an artist because there are loads of ways that you can earn an income from your art skills without necessarily selling your art on prints. So question number 1 is quite easy to answer because I have that data. What earns me the most money in my business? Let's look back at the last 12 months of my earnings from March 2024 backwards. I earned money from a few major categories, and keep in mind these figures are in Australian dollars before I pay taxes and expenses. So first is YouTube and video classes, which earned 55,000 Australian dollars over the last 12 months. YouTube income often comes up as my largest individual income stream, and I include in this figure all of the AdSense revenue and all of the sponsorship payments, but also now video classes, which I started making about 6 months ago. I make a mix of content on YouTube about developing as an artist, but also about growing a creative business and the finances behind that, and my classes are about growing your own creative business. So if it's my largest income stream consistently, does it mean that I'm more of a content creator than an artist, especially since not all of my YouTube content is about making art? Overall though, it only accounts for about 37% of my income, so I should keep in mind that the majority of my earnings are still from other sources. Not far behind YouTube as a second income stream is my Patreon, which earned about $44,500 in the last year. This is kind of a content category because I make content for Patreon, but everything is about making art, like tutorials for developing art skills or prompts for drawing. So it's very specifically art education content, and I can only make those tutorials because I'm a practicing artist myself. So I would consider this to be both. It's in the middle. It's both art and content creation income. Next is sales from my shops, which earned $31,270. Most of my sales come from digital brush packs, which I'll be sharing my process for in my next video. So although a lot of my sales aren't from directly selling my art, they're still art related. And again, I can only make these products because I am an artist who draws regularly, so I'd consider this an art related income stream. Then I have income from commissioned illustrations, which earn about $15,150. This is mostly from drawing children's picture books, and of all of my income streams is the only one that is a pure artist income from selling my art. If selling my illustration work directly is one of my smaller income streams and only accounts for about 10% of my total income, can I still consider myself a professional artist? It's not an insignificant amount of money, but it's a lot less than I earn from content. Lastly, I have some affiliate income of about 1,700 Australian dollars for the year. This is sort of a miscellaneous income stream, but I suppose you could argue that most of the affiliate commissions come from referrals via my content, so it's kind of attributed to my content creation income. So that means that about 38% of the total income was from straight content creation, about 30% was from both, and about 32% was from art income. So where I am in my business right now is actually pretty evenly split across the board. I could put all of my energy into making and selling art directly, but I love this community and sharing my insights with you all through my content. If you're selling anything online, it's inevitable that content is involved because the content is either an income stream itself because you're getting paid for the views on it, or it's marketing for your products, even if it's acting as a portfolio for finding customers or clients. So all of that leads me to the next question I had, which is, what do I spend most of my time working on? And does it correlate to where most of my income comes from? Well, it takes me about 2 to 3 full-time days to make a YouTube video, plus at least a day of my editor's time, so we'll include that. And I aim to make about 2 YouTube videos a month at the moment, so let's call it 7 days of the month spent on YouTube content. Then to make all of my Patreon benefits probably takes about 5 full-time days spread throughout the month. Then the products in my shop I only make occasionally, but it takes a long time to make when I do. So let's average it out over the full year and say that about 2 days per month would be spent on making new art resources for my shops. Illustration work is project-based and done in bursts, so again let's average it out across the full year and say that about 5 days of the month are spent on illustrating for picture books. So that's a total of 19 working days over a month, which is pretty much a full-time job. I also do spend a lot of time doing other things that don't directly relate to any one income stream, so I won't include them in this chart, like drawing for fun for Instagram or general business tasks like admin. At the moment, the time I spend working on different tasks is actually fairly closely correlated to the income I earn when it's averaged out, but that does shift over time. Earlier in my business, I made more money from art directly because it's usually paid upfront at a set fee, whereas my content didn't earn a lot because it takes a long time to grow an audience. But in the future, I think my content will earn a higher percentage relative to the time I spend on it, because as my audience grows, I earn more from the content I make, and it's partly passive income because I still earn from older content, whereas illustration work is mostly still a set rate for the project. If you're wanting to build some income streams from your own art skills, then I have a new 30-minute class on growing long-term success as an artist on Skillshare. If you haven't heard of Skillshare, they happen to be the sponsor of this video and are an online learning community with a really impressive library of classes by experienced teachers on all sorts of useful topics like illustration, entrepreneurship, and productivity. You can learn a specific skill like becoming a greeting card designer, or follow a learning pathway of curated classes on a topic like creative productivity. My latest class is called Long-Term Success for Artists, Grow and Maintain Your Income Streams, and it's a short introduction to how you can grow some of the more common income streams for artists, and also the power of having multiple sources of income for stability. Join the 800 other students who have watched it in the first month if you're looking for some guidance in your creative business. I've even made a small workbook that you can download for free with the class, where I'll guide you through making just a really rough timeline for your art business so that you have a realistic idea of how long it'll take to grow, which is really important. If you enjoyed my first class about planning your creative business, then I think you'll find this one helpful too, and you can watch both of my classes for free today because the first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. There are so many things you can learn in that month. Once you've watched my classes, then you could also try these great learning pathways for things like learning Procreate, beating art block, and getting organized. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So my last question is, am I still an artist if a big percentage of my income comes from content creation rather than selling art itself? And this question applies generally to all content creators, not just me, so I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. You've probably noticed this interesting dilemma with content creators who share insights about their income or business, where a lot of the income they talk about comes from their content talking about the income. It's sort of a snake eating its tail paradox and doesn't really tell you much as the viewer about how to actually start earning an income online for yourself. It's something that I've always actively tried to avoid, and I always want my channel to be a mix of different art and business topics, but the content that performs the best and earns the most always ends up being the videos that talk about how much I earn or how you can earn money in your art business. And it's because people want to know. And of course people want to know. We all want financial stability, and if we can achieve that while doing something that we love, then that's the dream. I love being transparent with you guys and sharing as much insight as I can into how I made that dream come true for me, in the hope that it will give you a better chance of achieving something similar for yourself if that's something that you want. But the more I share those insights and make videos or classes and become a bit of an educator in that space, ironically it sort of takes me away from being the artist that I started out as. Which is fine, I love doing both, but when it comes to labeling who I am or what I do, I can't help but feel a little bit like I'm not quite an artist anymore, but not a full-time content creator either. And yes, I know that this video itself is about how I earn money, but it was something that I think about sometimes and kind of just wanted to chat about, not because it's an identity crisis, just because it's an interesting thing to navigate online. Really, it brings up the question of how we define what somebody does or who they are. Is it about what they spend most of their time doing? Is it about what they share with the world the most? Or is it about what they earn the most money from? I define myself as an artist and content creator because it's the easiest definition I can think of, and it's true, I do a lot of both, as you saw in the charts before. I would like to say that we don't need labels for ourselves, but I think when you're quickly introducing yourself to someone, especially online, it helps to just label yourself and say that you're an artist or content creator or teacher, whatever it might be. The only problem is that we all have expectations when we hear a broad label, and sometimes that's a bit scary. If I say that I'm an artist, people have certain expectations about that, which is intimidating because what if I don't quite fit their expectations of what an artist is? Especially when we're starting out, it's hard to feel like we've earned a label like that because people kind of assume that you're good at art if you say that you're an artist, and it's really hard for us to feel like we're good at art, even if we are. But you don't need to be good to be an artist, it's all subjective anyway. If you're someone who makes art pretty often, then you're an artist. If you get paid for that art in some way, then you're a professional artist. I don't think it even really matters how you earn your income from your art skills. I think that you can still be an artist if you earn your income from teaching art. I think you can still be an artist if you earn your income from selling art resources or tools. I think there are lots of ways that you can spend a lot of your time making art and monetizing it without directly selling the art itself. And you can be more specific if you want to set a clearer expectation, like really I'm a YouTube creator, art educator, and picture book illustrator, but that's pretty wordy, so content creator and digital artist is good enough for me. So I guess all of that was to say that if you feel like you're an artist but you don't want to say it out loud or online because you're worried that other people won't think you're good enough, it doesn't really matter what they think, you're allowed to call yourself whatever you feel you are. There's a really good chance they won't even question whether you're an artist or not if you say that you are. They might like your art or they might not, but that doesn't change how you identify yourself. And you can be more than one thing. It doesn't matter to me that I don't fit the classic definition of a professional artist just because I do lots of different things and not all of them involve me selling my art. I like doing lots of different things. Ultimately, you can define what you do however you like. It's helpful to set up an accurate expectation of what you offer if you're selling something online or creating content, but don't worry too much about whether you meet that definition for everybody, especially when you're just starting out. You can always call yourself one thing and change it later if you want to redefine yourself, so it's better to just get started. So to answer my original question, I think that a content creator can still be an artist primarily, even if they make a lot of content about it. I still make a lot of art, I still illustrate picture books, and I think that until I stop doing those things, I'll keep being an artist, just also a content creator too. Let me know in the comments whether you consider yourself an artist or content creator, something else, or a bit of everything. Thanks so much for watching this video, and be sure to go and watch my new Skillshare class if you'd like some more guidance on long-term success as an artist. Or if you'd like access to my library of art lessons and my monthly illustration club, then join me on Patreon where I post a couple of times a week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!